It is our duty as DP to always warn the nation. We warned the kingdom of Uganda in 1960s, and 1966 followed. We warned the UPC in 1980. That is what led to the Luwero Bush War. Now we are warning NRM that please, you no longer have moral authority to lecture anybody about internal democracy. It was purely a disgrace. They are spitting fire. So I am now announcing that DP is now going to become like Noah's Ark. We are now setting up a political orphanage like we have always had anyway. Because DP has always been a political orphanage. When Besigye became an orphan, we invited him. And we wiped away his tears in the year 2000 and stood with him. When Amama Mbabazi had real problems, he also came to our orphanage. So now we are opening the orphanage to all the NRM candidates who have been cheated and abused. And many are coming to, now it will not be Noah's Ark, but Mao's Ark. So we are now opening the doors of Mao's Ark for all those who have been abused and cheated. After all, the Papa, 5-minute scuffle in a tent in Mbarara. Chaos in Mbarara. Chaotic DP delegates conference. But for NRM, you have not used the same words. You are just massaging them. Have they bribed you? Perhaps. But it is a shame. I've not seen on your screen saying chaotic. I've not seen you talking about murder. I've not seen you talking about open bribery. I've not seen you talking about kindergarten kids being counted. So what's your role? Why don't you just go home and let us sort ourselves without the media? Do we still need the media? At least as far as DP is concerned, we will never stop complaining about being mistreated by the Ugandan media. And particularly I, as Norbert Mao, I think you have singled me out for mistreatment. There is no day anything concerning Mao is cast very negatively. Did you see a ballot paper and a ballot box in the NUP delegates conference? Nothing. You are not even allowed inside there. Did you see a ballot box in the other thing of Sijui PFF or PPF? I don't know. There was no ballot box. They just came and read a list. Then they said the delegates have approved. The other one of DF, there was no ballot box. But you just continue massaging them with oil. That now those are shining examples of internal democracy. Sijui Vegetable Party, Peasants Party, Lusania Party. That is where you spend all your time. We who went through intense processes, according to our party constitution, with a highly competitive process where you were not even sure who was going to win, you never credit us. DP is the firstborn among Uganda's political parties, whether you like it or not. And we will continue to be an example of internal democracy. in this country. That's our role. But you, the media, it seems you want something else, and you will get it anyway. And I pray to God, I'm just repeating it, God should really look at the Ugandan media and give them the appropriate reward that they deserve for failing to shine a light where they should be shining a light. When you are covering our elections in Barara, you only show the part where they are moving ballot boxes to the room. You don't show the other candidates peacefully observing the counting of the ballots, in order to prove that ballot boxes were moved and tampered with. Why are you doing that? Well, what's really is you? Many of our members who thought our process was illegitimate are now having second thoughts. I keep seeing on social media some of our members continuing to complain, but I think either they have another motive. I saw some of them complain to Electoral Commission, but the party is here. They should be complaining here. This is the address for complaints. You know, there was once a man who lost his ring while walking at night. So they found him looking for it under a street light. When they asked him, "What are you doing?" he said, "I'm looking for my lost ring." And they asked him, "Where did you lose it?" And he answered that, "I think I lost it the other side where I was walking." Then they asked him, "Then why are you looking for it under the street lamp?" He said, "Because here there is a light." They said, "But you lost it somewhere else. Why are you looking for it where there is light?" So we would wish to humbly advise our members that this is the address. This is where disputes can be resolved. But they also have very poor legal advisors. If you want Electoral Commission to help you, you don't first go to court. The moment you go to court, you have actually stopped the other process. Because courts should be after the other one has been resolved. If you have been denied justice, then you go to court. But you cannot go to court, then you go to the Electoral Commission. I wanted to be polite today, but let me just say it is idiotic and plainly stupid, really. And that's why I've been saying I wish there was a tax on stupidity. So I see them there harassing the poor people at Electoral Commission. It is like if I go to the High Court, then again I'm harassing the LC1 to solve my problem. What do you expect the LC1 to do? You're already in the High Court. You cannot deal with it. Or if it is a school, you have already complained to the school administration, but at the same time you are harassing the prefects to solve your problem. But anyway, we are not paid for advising people who are disturbing us. So we don't have time for that. Today we are inviting DP members to take note of the fact that the question of the internal leadership of the party is already settled for the next 5 years. And nobody should think that there is going to be any other settlement again. The leaders of DP nationally are known, and they are on the records with the Electoral Commission. What is not settled is the leaders of Uganda from 2026 to 2031. That's what we are working on. So we need to invite all our DP members so that we move together with them. The team that is handling internal election matters will announce how many candidates so far we have. But also, as I always say, we are going to keep many of our cards facing down because we are used to surprising people. When we went to Mbarara, I think most of you thought we were not in charge because you were giving undue coverage to the noisy makers. You really followed them as they shouted and shouted. Then all of a sudden, there was no big bang. It was just a whimper. We want to assure our candidates of the following program. Number one, we are going to organize